Hello, Emily here from CurrentBody. There's a lot of talk about microdermabrasion in the beauty world at the moment, and we are lucky at CurrentBody to have two different microdermabrasion devices for you to use at home. For those of you who've had it in the salon, there is obviously a very similar comparison to be done between the home version and the salon version. And in fact, I do talk about it in more detail, clicking here. But we have the PMD and the Riiviva on offer, and both of which offer a very similar technique to what is used in salons. In fact, in some salons it's almost identical. So just a quick overview on microdermabrasion and how it works. The microdermabrasion uses sort of rough surfaces. So in the case of the PMD, it's an aluminium oxide disc. In the case of the Riiviva, it's a diamond tipped rotating disc. And that is slightly abrasive, and you move it against the skin, and you also have a vacuum that pulls the surface of the skin in. So that abrasive tip sort of brushes away any dead skin cells, and it also makes the skin think it's had a mild injury. So you get lots of lovely cells rushing to the surface to repair that mild injury, and over time you get an improved surface of the skin. So it's very good for people who are looking to improve their acne scarring, people who are looking for an overall better appearance of their skin, because of course lots of dead skin cells on the surface can mean a very dull surface. So if you're looking to improve the sort of tone and brightness, it's also very good for areas of pigmentation and sun damage. So I do get asked a lot what the difference between the two devices is, and there is an obvious one at the beginning, which is that the PMD is slightly cheaper. However, I do personally feel that the Riiviva is worth the larger investment because it is a much more versatile device, but I will come to that. So let me first talk about PMD briefly. PMD's got a huge following. It's been around for a number of years, and it has a lot of very dedicated followers who use it regularly and who absolutely swear by it. When you purchase the device, you get a white training disc, and that's for you to practice, because to be honest, the technique does take a little bit of getting used to the first couple of times you use it. So you get a white training disc that has just a very gentle surface, so therefore it won't ever be too strong for you. Then you get your blue discs for sensitive, and you get your green discs, which are medium. And I would always say make sure you use the white disc first and move up slowly as your skin gets used to it. So you get two different sizes of this. You get the very small face disc, and then you've got the slightly larger body disc. So those are interchangeable, so it does mean you can use the device everywhere. And microdermabrasion is fab for things like keratosis pilaris, which is that kind of bumpy skin that people get on the back of their arms, and it can actually be on the thighs and things as well, which is an overproduction of a certain oil in the body, and it can lead to lots of tiny little bumps and red spots, which a lot of people find unsightly and of course not very nice to feel. So microdermabrasion is great for that. So you've got your interchangeable discs, means you can use it on the face and the body. Now this does have to be used plugged in only, and when you switch it on, you get a very strong vacuum that pulls as I said, that top layer of skin into the top, and then you move the aluminium oxide disc across. It's very important to hold the skin taut, and you move it gently across each area. Try not to go over each area more than once, I'd say, with the PMD. Some people do find when they first use it that they come out with a red mark. Now, what that means is that you've accidentally done dermabrasion instead of microdermabrasion, so you've gone one layer too deep into the skin. And what that means is you've moved the device too slowly, and it's had too much suction and too much abrasion over the area. So it's very important to move swiftly in very quick movements. And in fact, now I've been using the device for a while, it does take me only about 4 to 5 minutes to do my whole face. So that's really important to make sure that you do, move it correctly. There is an instructional DVD available, but you can also link through to all the videos which I've filmed about the PMD. So as I said, it's a great device, especially for the price. However, if you are looking for a device that sort of offers slightly more and will give you more in the long term, then I do think it is worth looking at the Riiviva. So we are sole distributors of the Riiviva within the UK, and this is the device itself. And when I'm talking about versatility, what I'm talking about are a couple of things. The first thing is that you've got 3 suction levels, so you've got 3 LED lights which will light up here. You can use the device plugged in, and you can use it not plugged into the mains because it's got a rechargeable battery. So you've got 3 suction levels, which of course Compared with the one suction level of the PMD, it just gives you a bit more choice. So you can use a higher suction level on less delicate areas of the skin, and you can use a lower one on more delicate areas. You also got a huge range of interchangeable discs which go with it, diamond tips. So I've got a few here just to show you. So they come in different levels, different gradings as well, the same as the PMD do. So when you purchase the basic face kit, you get a medium face tip, and if you purchase the basic body kit, you get a medium body kit. We put that in because that's really a good starting point for everybody. And it is sort of a slightly rough surface you can feel. Now you can see how easy it is to put on. So you've got all these different tips. You simply twist them onto the end. The end of the tip continues to be free rotating. Now what that means is that when you're working on difficult areas that are kind of more contoured and things, the device is able to move around. So the suction doesn't kind of just stay in one place. The tip rotates and it gives you a bit more freedom to get into those tricky areas. And talking of that, there are precision tips available which are much smaller and are designed to really get into here, into those lines around here, round into your crow's feet, and they're really for detailed precision work. So then moving on, you'll see again how they're really easy to change. So if you want to change in the middle of treatment, you can. And in fact, that's what a lot of professionals do at microdermabrasion salons, is that they do use different levels of abrasion, different tips to work on different areas of the face. So then you've got a slightly more coarse one, so it's rougher. So you can get fine, medium coarse, extra coarse in the varying different tips. So again, that's for the face. But you've also got larger ones. So if you're looking to treat a particular problem, for example, stretch marks, we have some fantastic specialist tips for that. So can you see it's much larger head, and that's designed, dropping it, that's designed to work on large areas. Obviously where stretch marks usually are around sort of the bum and perhaps over the stomach are slightly larger areas, so you can work quicker using these larger tips. You can also get an amazing cellulite tip, which doesn't have a rough edge, but it's got lots of little bumpy bits in it, and it massages the area and really works the cellulite, and is fantastic for improving the appearance of it. Obviously it doesn't go right down into the actual fat cells and zap them or anything, but it does improve the appearance on the surface. And you've finally got KP tips, so that's Keratosis pilaris, which I mentioned earlier, and you can also buy specialist creams to go with it. So that's another thing about the Riiviva range, which makes it a bit more versatile, is that you do get a special serum that comes with it, and you can purchase lots of different creams that are targeted specifically at particular problems. Acne scarring, the Keratosis pilaris cream, and there's all sorts of creams, whereas the PMD range has got a great range of skincare, but it is skincare. It's cleanser, and it's a soothing cream for using afterwards. So the Riiviva is a little bit more specialist in my mind. They're both fantastic devices, and if you're looking for microdermabrasion and you don't want to continue going to the salon, these two devices are a great option for you at home. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to fire them at me below, and I'll do my best to answer, or alternatively you can always contact us on sales@currentbody.com.